Good afternoon. We are here at Vale High School, and we are here in a classroom that probably not many of you have seen. It's Jim Sheffield's robotics class, and we are here today to interview the robotics students as well as talk about the group that's going to the VAX Robotics World Championships. So how about that? So here we go.
Look at this. Wow. Eli, do you want to tell us what we're seeing?
So this is our robotics team, and here are our robots. This is the one that we're going to be competing with at Dallas. And I think David can explain more about how it works.
So the goal of the game is essentially, we'll show you in a bit, but to control the goals, put them on the platforms, and put Pringles on the goals is essentially the basic function of the game. Our robot should be able to do everything that can be done, almost, and I mean it does a good enough job at it to guess the world. So
Pringles. Must be those little purple things down there, huh?
Purple
okay.
rings. We call them
We'll
Pringles
see in a minute.
Because,
Pringle, all right.
Yeah, they look like Pringles.
Yeah, all right.
And you built all these.
Yep.
How did you, they didn't just come out of a box?
So the students, when they start, if they'll spread a little bit, there's totes of supplies with just pieces, wheels, gears, motors, all in little pieces. They spend months designing, testing, building, learning about gear ratios, programming. Like I was telling them earlier, Eli is our only returning student. It's a class of first-year students. We've had to start from the bottom up after COVID and have had a fantastic year. One of the better bots in the state of Oregon. We've competed really well with the Idaho teams as well. If we were comparing the Idaho teams, we'd be third place in our skills. In Oregon, we're seventh place out of the whole state of Oregon. There's almost 100 teams. And there's no classification, so we compete against all of them.
So how many teams will you be facing through May 7th, huh?
Yes, half of those will be international teams.
Yeah, and I see New Zealand, Bahrain, China,
Yes.
European teams. So it really is worldwide competition. And you start then from scratch and figure out how to build it, control it, do the whole routine.
Yes, yes. All
Right.
from just the basic parts, and they have to work as a team to collaborate and spend a lot of time. There's a lot of time and effort in these.
Fantastic.
So you're putting Vale High School on the map, right? Once again. Good deal.
That's
Okay.
right. Well,
So should we do the 2-second routine where they said they can just assemble and set up here?
yeah. I
Okay,
think we should.
let's go. I'll get out of the way.
We're gonna watch them put the robot onto the competition floor now. Okay. Yeah, that's great.
Here you go.
Okay.
Which way you
We
want to
built
feel?
all of
Backwards.
this. And this competition ring is how big? It's like 12, or I don't know, 20
It
by
is
20?
12 by 12.
12 by 12.
Well, okay.
Okay. Interesting. Oh, wait, okay.
Ooh.
Go.
So what are you doing now? Maybe
Right now I am elevating one of the goals and trying to balance it on the platform.
okay.
That's so cool.
Hold back. Tip it back.
I have to hold it? Okay.
Wow. You had to design it to be powerful enough to do all of those things.
Tip it back.
I know, she's gonna do that.
One of the main things when it comes to building this robot and everything during a competition is we want it to be able to do everything at once while the driver just has like the ease of access to being familiar with our buttons. So we made it so anything from the lift
No.
to the conveyor belt to lift up the rings, it just is seamless and that we can do it relatively quickly because in the skills round we have only an hour to do it. It was definitely a design like challenge and
It's
to
tough.
do it all.
Yes, I think it would be a design challenge. So what was the hardest part?
I think definitely it would be figuring out the right gear ratios and seeing how to get all these rings onto the goals and everything because that's where a lot of the points do come down in these close matches. So if you want to win, you have to be able to do everything and be competitive about it. So figuring out like the how the conveyor belt, like how we get it all onto the posts and everything on the mobile goals is definitely like one of the bigger challenges that we've had to face.
Wow.
So it's not only designing, you also have to figure out a program.
So
So how do you do that?
well, our programmer isn't here right now, but like Eli knows a little bit about what we have to do.
Yeah, so it pretty much just comes in the computer, kind of lets you read the code. The version we're using, it's different than others I've seen because they just have kind of like block codes where it just like you drag like, oh, move forward for the, and you input how much. But here we're writing the code from scratch, and it's pretty much just telling the motors to move whenever like you get input from the controller, and just kind of fine tuning that.
That's interesting.
Learn a lot of skills then.
Yeah.
Skills. Now, for this trip coming up, you're going to need some financing, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that. What do you have planned, and what are you requesting from the community?
Well, sale.
Yeah.
Okay.
When? Where?
So yeah, we've got a yard sale going on this Saturday at the 9th.
Where is it going to be?
It's right across the street from Grocery Outlet, same parking lot as Friends Bakery
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
In Ontario.
in Ontario.
In Ontario. Okay. And I understand that it says here, if people want to donate $100, they can get their name on Team World T-shirts. Is that right?
Yes.
So definitely one of our big incentivizers for people to donate is like, and we know we have reoccurring businesses and stuff who would like to donate and contribute to the community in the Vale High School. So we wanted to kind of show our thanks and like represent them as well when we're going to such a big place and representing our small community. So definitely like if you donate a certain amount, we're gonna represent the best. Like so T-shirts are a smaller one up there. We get on the banner and everything, and then the higher donators get to put their company and everything like a business thing on a robot itself. So while we are competing, you know, it kind of gives some of the people who have already donated, oh, maybe they want to do a little bit more and show what we have on our robot.
Now, you mentioned banner. $200 for the banner. Tell us about the banner.
So it's a big banner that,
Big, okay.
you kind of hang around certain place like activities and all that.
They're in the
Out
hallway.
there.
Yep.
It's out in the hallway right now that we
Okay.
just display, and all these like businesses and all sorts of different companies, everything, they get their little spot on it, so
Great.
they get to be represented. So
And for the sum of, see if I can trip over this again, $1,000,
Yes.
they get their name on your robot. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, so keep that in mind, viewers.
Right.
And let's help this team on their way to Dallas. Now, kind of interested, what has really maybe been the most surprising thing, something that you've gotten out of class that maybe you never even expected to? And maybe too, what even caused you to get into this cat class with Mr. Sheffield?
My older brother actually did robotics when I was in middle school still, so I'd come and watch him compete, and you know, it seemed really exciting and really interesting to see like all the teams helping each other out, just kind of like what's wrong with the robot or like how to get better things done, or so it's just kind of like since I was younger, like being interested in being part of this class.
Now, I heard a lot of freshmen are in this class, right? So, what prompted some of you younger ones, to even get into this? Oh, look, you got, gee,
Similar
you even
to-
got sweatshirts.
Yeah,
Oh,
we got this at Vex State, this in Oregon. They were doing the fundraiser for sweatshirts, but the biggest thing that got me into Vex was similar to Eli. My sister did it, so I would go and watch her competitions, and I thought it was always really cool to see what you can create from the basic parts and then transform it into something that can do all these super complex tasks just by the push of a button. So that's what really drove me to try and do the same thing.
great. Okay, so some of you plan on following the four that are going to Dallas in future years. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds great. Well, we at Grace Lutheran, this is a walking together, talking together, and we just kind of try to keep up on community events, good things that are happening in the community, and we would like to be a sponsor because we generally contribute 10% of everything that's donated to us to the community some way. And my wife and I decided too, gee, sounds like a good endeavor, so we better at least get our name on a t-shirt. So for the rest of you in the community, let's really support this endeavor because obviously, as I said before, they're putting us on the map and they're doing a super job. And congratulations, Mr. Sheffield, you've actually had growing success, right?
Yes, this is the 6th year of the program, and our 4th year that we made it to Worlds.
So can you imagine? 6 years and 4 years Worlds. So for the rest of you, keep that up.
That's right. That's right.
And definitely looking for more. And the next goal is to take more than one team at a time. And with the group that we have here, great young minds, designing, planning, there's no reason why we can't take 2 or 3.
No stopping. Okay, you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, go to it. God bless. And we wish you success.